So, when a massive worldwide car manufacturer launches a limited run hyper race car for the road and invites people to apply for the opportunity to own one, how does the process work? And does a member of the public stand a chance of getting one when up against the glitterati of the motoring world, celebrities, and even royalty? But we went to meet Dave to find out how he got his and how he feels about it 3 years in.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Drivers Keepers. Now we've got something extremely special in store. In fact, it's just blown me away, this car. You wouldn't believe it.
It's a very special episode. Welcome to Drivers Keepers.
Dave, what can I say? This is just an astonishing looking car. It's only the second time I've seen one of these, and I understand you had to actually apply for it, did you?
Yes, I know.
Tell me the story.
Money couldn't buy it. You just hear about it and then you apply online to Ford and you have to fill in a questionnaire with what you're going to do, how many Instagram followers. Well,
Yeah.
old boy here, what's Instagram at the time? In fact, if we can name names, we went on a thing down to Goodwood when we were showing interest. Lewis Hamilton's mum and dad were there and a few other people. Whether they got one, I don't think they did, so it wasn't a matter of who you were.
You are honoured though.
That's it, and just a normal bloke like me had a chance of applying for one, I did, and it took 4 years to get.
Goodness
You know,
me.
every 6 months or 12 months after the application had been filled for that particular quota of cars, you could do it again. And I did, and then I wasn't getting one. I thought, well, I'd had my RS200 and my Cosworths and all that before. I thought I'm fairly well up ladder, but
Just to interrupt you, did they know about you? You've had these cars before. Was that part of the application?
Yes,
Right.
it was part of the application to show what Ford you'd had in previous, and I think most of us had a Ford Escort of some description.
Yeah.
But with that Cosworths and I say my RS200, I thought I'm well up there having a 200, but not in the first few batches, but on the, I think, nearly the final production, I got a phone call at, believe it or not, 14 minutes past 5 on a Friday afternoon. I know it exactly.
That's going to live in your memory
It
forever.
is, yeah.
And who was it? Tell us who it was and what did they say?
It was Ford concernage people. I'm just trying to think, Gavin, I've forgotten his last name.
Yeah.
And I knew it was him because I'd watched him presenting cars to other owners throughout the years, and I thought I recognised the voice, but you still think, So at 6 o'clock, when I pulled myself off at ceiling thinking, what the hell am I going to do? Because I had this other car coming at the time.
Which was?
A Lamborghini SVJ. So I had that one coming, so I thought, well, what do I do? And this is you can't miss an opportunity.
Oh, you can't. You can't. It's just a staggering looking car. Whichever angle you look at it, it's just screams. Well, it's a hypercar, isn't it? It's just incredible.
It is.
It really is. So how long was it after you got the nod from Ford? Did it actually take to
It wasn't that long, because some people were waiting like 2 years. But I think this was early part of the year, this Friday night, and it came in October that year. So it's going to be 3 years old this October. And we've just done, or I've just done, clocked over 13,000 miles now.
I was going to say, that was my next question. And I know you've done some miles in it because I have seen you about in it, but this is the first time, as I said earlier, close up. But yeah, you're not scared of putting the miles on, which is just brilliant.
At my age, who are you saving it
What,
for?
44?
44. You can come again, mister. No, well, the number on the side is 64, and
Right.
that's the date. That's what age I was when I got it.
Yeah.
So I'm 67 now. So that's the number that represents the age I bought it. And at
Yeah.
this age, what are you saving it for?
Exactly.
You might as well use it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's still going to be worth what I paid for it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy, and people see it, and the people that I meet with it is just unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the nods and the smiles.
And that's the thing, it's the smiles it puts on people's faces, especially the fact it's a Ford, because there's always been this snobbery in supercar circles about Lambos, Ferraris, all the usual stuff, but a Ford building a supercar of this, well, I mean, what can you say? It's just, I know there was a Generation 1 version of these, wasn't there? But this is obviously the second version. And just tell me about the engine as well, because it's a V6.
3.5 litre,
Yeah.
V6, twin turbo, eco boost. With this one, the advantage of buying one later on in the line is this one's 666 horsepower. If I'd have got one earlier on, there was 20 horsepower less.
And why is that?
The reason, bigger intercoolers has just given it, and whatever else has given it another 20 horsepower. Not that it matters at my age. It's MPG more than M8.
I know what you're saying.
There's a saying, I've made it my own saying.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're my age, it isn't MPH, it's MPG when you're an OAP.
Goodness me.
I've got myself mixed up, but
Yeah, I know
you'll get what it
exactly
is.
where you're coming from.
I'm
No, I
sure
know
I'm sure a good editor will be able to edit that out.
We won't, we're leaving it in, I'm telling you now. But, and I understand actually, I was reading about this on the way here, talking to Simon about it, but because the designer had, I think there was only 12 people in the loop.
That's it.
About, because the design was so secret until he unveiled it at one particular motor show. Detroit, that's right.
In 15.
Yeah, that's right, 2015.
And, yeah.
And it just astonished everybody, didn't it?
Well, one of the reasons was the design. The other reason it's only got a V6 and not a thumping V8 like
Yeah.
an American muscle car usually has.
Yeah.
Now, there is reasons, obviously, with dimensions and things, but the main reason was they could do two. Obviously, it was only going to be built for Le Mans. It's built for a purpose. It's a race car first and a road car second. It to do two laps more of the Le Mans circuit with a V6 than a V8. So that's how close it was. So,
Between the choice, yeah.
and also, most of the stuff is out at part. I know body work, but switches and stuff are all Ford stuff.
Yeah.
And engines basically out of a Ford pickup, American pickup.
Is that
Heads
right?
might-
Well, that's a new one on
Heads
me.
might be a bit different, but
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
It's basically the same. But no, and back to what you said, compared to a Ferrari, people say, why didn't you get a Ferrari and a Ford when this is just a Ford? I says, that's the reason.
Exactly.
It's just a Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
People don't expect Ford to build anything like this.
No, not at all. How many did they build, in fact?
1,340, I think,
Right, okay.
roughly. Different specs, basically the same, but you could buy a Heritage Edition, which every year that Ford won, 66, 67, 68 and 69, there were different colours, and you could buy a car with that colour
Right.
if you was even a better friend of Henry Ford's and you had a bit more money.
Yeah.
But there again, even if I could afford, I probably wouldn't have done, because I'm going to use it, and it's just more expense. And you know, this I could have gone to town with all carbon fibre on it, but parts will be dear enough without them being carbon fibre.
Exactly,
if you
and
have to
as you rightly said, if you're going to use it, why do you need all that? And that's
That's it.
exactly, you know,
Yeah.
why this fits into Drivers Keepers so well, because it's a car that is going to be used, and there's so few people like you and me and Simon that want to use cars like this.
Yeah. But having said used, there's not much room for anything.
No, no.
We go to Le Mans, we've been to Classic and we've been abroad with it, but mainly Classic. If you want to go around circuit, you have to take 2 crash helmets. Where do you put them?
Yeah.
There's only what route you'll see later, what room there is. So it's a matter of putting it under your legs and putting it between your legs. And believe it or not, there's a boot in here. But once you've got all your triangles and all your bits and legal stuff, I can just get a helmet in there and a little thin jacket.
Yeah.
Rest goes under my legs, and we manage all right.
You manage all
I'm a
right.
scruffy bugger. I can wear the same clothes days in and day out like. Don't matter to me.
No, that's fantastic.
I think that's one of one of the problems for, see, I mean, I've been to petrol now and I've had some old shorts on and a torn t-shirt and old shoes, and I've got out plastered with cement dust.
Yeah.
And I've got out for expect a posh bloke getting out.
Yeah, that's right. That's what makes
not
it
me.
so funny. No,
That's
not
not
at
me.
all. No, it's all about being down to earth. And goodness
I mean,
me.
when we went to Goodwood, we were sat on this stand and all those people who were having one were separate to public. And Lewis's mum and dad were talking with Sandra up in Champagne and all carry on the road. Other folk there that were all well-to-do, and I were in corner with my shorts and t-shirt and kissed my quick hat on. And I thought, I'm just a normal chap.
No, exactly. From Yorkshire.
That's it. From Yorkshire.
God's own county.
That's it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know, I'm fair chuffed we've been able to, well, first of all afford one, but been allocated to have one.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't who you were at anything.
Yeah.
They didn't want to sell it to somebody who were going to park it in a garage.
No, exactly.
They wanted to use it.
No, exactly.
And Le Mans is furthest we've been in 1.8. I just go 200 or 300 mile on a early, in the summertime, just get off 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, go round back home for 9 o'clock.
Is that right? Do you?
200 or 300
Bloody
miles.
hell.
One of my best runs was I had a 2005 GT, a white with blue stripes, like Clarkson. And I just one night I was bored and I jumped in it and jumped in this to update a photo in Glencoe. There and back on my own, 666 miles, believe it or not, in one night. Brilliant. You've got to do it, you know. And that's furthest I've done in 1.8 on my own.
Incredible.
But we are planning, you know, I'd like to do this, as I said, Land's End to John O'Groats, if possible this year, because it's 41 years since I did it on my motorbike. Yeah. Things have changed a lot. It won't be a race, it'll be speed limit, it'll be just to do it in one hit.
Yeah.
But just whether I can keep awake now, I'm 67, is another thing. We'll see.
I'm sure you'll be
End of this
fine.
month, all been lucky.
Brilliant.
We've even got a comfort mode, look.
Wow, check it out.
But you can only have that when you're in Grandad.
Right.
Grandad mode as well.
So when you're in that, when you're on track and it slams down like you've just shown us, is that how you drive it on the track in that position?
You would do, yeah.
Wow.
I haven't done much track work. I haven't done any racing. I've only basically just done demo laps with other folk, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at that view out at the. That's absolutely bonkers. What made you pick this combination then, this spec?
I've only ever seen one with blue stripes on early doors in America.
Right.
Not that I were in America, on a picture I thought that's what I want. And at the time mine was only one that had yellow with blue stripes in Europe.
Wow.
And I think it still is actually.
Right. Fantastic. It is comfy, isn't it?
It's surprising.
They're lovely seats to be.
No, they're good seats, yeah. With that other GT I had before, a lad who was a petrol down at Clumber Park, I took him for a spin. He says, bloody hell man, this is comfy.
Yeah.
America for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
The kind of preference towards comfort more than handling, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or they used to. To be quite honest, it didn't build for. Well, Shamir went with his down to south of France and he had a rooftop box
he
on
did.
there.
He put a box on it, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Needs most.
I mean, it looked good. It looked the part, and this Ferrari that I did looked the part. But you know, it's there's more room on a motorbike.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember Clarkson banging on about the fact he could only do like 40 miles before he had to stop and fill it up again. Is that similar with this? Is it a tiny tank or?
Oh, it's a small tank.
Yeah.
But it has its advantages. You get out to stretch your legs more often.
That's true.
But no, and it's cheaper to fill up as well.
Yes,
obviously.
of course. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, you know, I've got it's 24.1 to gallon. I've only been round home.
Wow.
But it'll get up to nearly 30 miles a gallon on a good run.
Really?
I've had more than that, but I was in roadworks for miles and miles.
Right. Yeah.
But probably 28's about average on a normal run. So it's not too bad.
That's very good, yeah.
I have to turn this one onto track mode. You see dashboard. Put it onto track mode, you get a picture of the car and that. Can you see how it's sitting down? Then when I press OK, it goes down. Probably can't tell from here, but outside you will.
It's bloody great you drive it though. I mean,
It ain't just me, it's folk like yourselves and who are petrol heads and that, and you know, they have never seen one. Wherever you go.
But
you know.
don't you find, as you said earlier, as the older you get, giving pleasure to other people by them seeing it, it just makes a big difference,
Oh, it
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah.
I mean, it's great when you can give pleasure to people like that.
It is, and there's a fine line between giving pleasure and being big-headed.
Correct.
You know.
Correct. Less is more, isn't it?
That's it.
I would never dress in a suit or out like that. You always have to roll things back because you're trying to counterbalance what your car looks like, because I hate people to think that,
Yeah.
you know, I'm somebody I'm not, or whatever.
That's it, and that's one of the reasons I got a Ford. You see, because most people think it's a Ford, and
Yeah.
it won't cost as much as a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It just costs more.
I don't know. It could sell a lot, yeah.
But the thing about it is, like I said earlier, you know, when they were on, wouldn't you rather have a Ferrari? Why pick a Ford? And answer to that is because it's a Ford. You know, we've all had Fords, and it's every man's car.
Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I'm not sure how you couldn't. What a stunning car. Thank you. Massive thanks to Dave for letting us come and see this beautiful car, go out in it and find out all about the backstory.
I was going to say, Simon, and it was all about the backstory, which was the thing.
The backstory.
What a fantastic day that it's been.
Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please comment on this video, and we will see you again for another episode pretty soon. Thanks for watching.
See ya.